What's up, guys? Today I am going to be doing somewhat of a reaction, also rant about AEW and how they went from a company I would gladly support to a company now I don't even want to fucking hear about it anymore. So let's hear from CM Punk what happened at the All In incident, because apparently he's the only one really talking about this whole thing. Because AEW likes to talk on the internet, but not in interviews. Funny enough.
Of 2023, London. You arrive in London.
I love how Punk's like, ugh.
Oh, I forgot about this. Yeah, go ahead.
How does that go? What happens?
There's nobody there to pick me up, and it's not a big deal. I just got on the tube, and I was like, adventure.
Hey,
you have to figure it out for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, but that part was fun. But it's completely irresponsible as a company to, leave somebody stranded at the airport. But
so remember this. AEW being petty as hell. Because the Bucks, they're dollar store Bucks. They leave CM Punk, their top guy, their biggest draw. Just abandon him in the fucking airport. Why? We don't know. Punk obviously has no problem with it, but I find that incredibly irresponsible. This is your biggest draw. The guy that people associate with your company right now. And you're just going to do nothing. You're not even going to, send a car out to be like, hey, get him an Uber. No, he didn't even do that. Punk, to his credit, doesn't seem mad about this. By the way, I am going to speed this up just a bit. I say speed up as I actually fucking accidentally hit the captions.
But, I understand the sentiments. People, all the smarties on Twitter, like, oh, can't you just take an Uber? Will you big crybaby? I never cried about it once. Not once.
How do people find out about these things?
Well, they're fans on the tube.
Okay.
They're taking pictures. Like I'm sitting there, I'm just sitting on the tube, and I'm just like, this is neat.
You feel like a
dog. When I fly in and out of Chicago, I take the Blue Line home.
Right.
I'm not trying to, be super fancy and shit like that.
Where are you backstage? Jack Perry's on screen.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna actually to bring it back to normal speed because it is kind of the Blue Line stuff's fine, cool, but I want to hear about the incident.
And he says, "Real glass. Why don't you cry about it?" Where are you when this is said?
I was in my locker room.
Did you feel like that was directed at you?
Yes.
Why?
Okay, it obviously was directed at me.
Well, because so for those that may not know, apparently he had a trip planned. He wanted to use glass. You were consulted. You said, "Why would you use glass?" Correct me. You lived it, so I'm trying to bring people up to speed.
This is one of those things where it's just like there's all these rumors about NDAs.
Yes.
There's a big difference between not being allowed to talk about some shit or just not wanting to talk about some shit. I don't necessarily want to litigate this again.
You say again, you never talked about it publicly, but
no,
you mean
I guess I haven't, but that's the thing. So Tony's big idea was separate show. We're going to separate everybody. And I said, that'll never work. Just let me go. Just get me out of here. Just pay me my money. I've already been off TV.
So mind you, he's going on TV, and he's already just like at the point I'm like, dude, just get me the fuck out of here. Just get me the fuck out of here. I want to be done. After that whole all out situation, it was all out situation. Yeah, I don't blame Punk for a second, man. I don't blame him for a second. Because it's ridiculous. A bunch of children are running this company, and for some reason, they think they're even gonna touch WWE. That's so fucking laughable. They spend more time talking on the internet than they do talking to press, or hell, even doing like charities, like Make-A-Wish. They'd rather spend time talking on Twitter and Reddit like they're some fucking big deal. They're like, dude, you're an AEW wrestler. Come on. You're basically a glorified jobber, especially Jack, what's his name? Jackass, I think that's his name. He looks like one of the guys from Jackass. What was the one with the curly hair? I'm pretty sure there was one with curly hair. Wasn't there? Pretty sure there was one. Maybe that's Bam Margera. I don't know. Got being cute, but you're a glorified jobber. Very few guys in that company I respect. Edge, Daniel Bryan, Jon Moxley. Everyone else, like Samoa Joe. Okay, I like Samoa Joe. Okay, it's for. But it's like everyone else, fuck them.
I hurt this arm. Just get me out of here. No, I can't let you go. Why? Just let me go. Who cares?
Exactly. He's done. He's checked out.
These guys don't want me here. This isn't a real business. This isn't a business predicated on making money, drawing money, selling tickets, doing business. It's not what it was sold to me as. So let me go. No, I can't let you go. I'm going to do this new show. You're going to have blah, blah, blah. And then the second day we have this show, I'm sitting in catering, minding my own business, and Tony Schiavone comes and gets me, and he's like, hey, I really need your help. And I was like, what? He's like, Jack is, cussing me out, and he's cussed out Mike Mansouri, and he cussed out Daryl from production, and he's cussing out the doctor right now. Why? What? And I was immediately like, dude,
got my hands up here.
I was told people are getting separated, so there's not problems, and you don't want me involved in this because just like everything else I've explained before, like, y'all need to handle this, because if you don't, I'm going to handle it, and you're not going to like the way I handle it. Prophetic words. So he's begging me. Now, please, he drags me out of catering. I go up.
God damn.
Hook and Jack are doing an angle. I don't know anything about Jack going on vacation. All I know is there's a litany of people that don't want, they work one day a week and they don't want to. So they want to show up and wrestle and then film vignettes and then sit at home for 4 weeks. Great. Oof. Not my company. Do what you want. Mm-hmm. But not on my show. That was my attitude. So
because in his mind, it's his show. But here's the problem. He's not the booker. He's not the guy in charge. He's essentially, from the sounds of it, he's just a glorified announcer. He's a glorified GM position. Like how Raw and SmackDown have like those GM positions that supposedly have power. Sounds like what it is, but it's like they really don't. They're following a script just like everyone else. And this is ridiculous. Like you guys, you can't. I agree with him. It's not a real business. It's not a real business because if it was a real business, Tony Khan would be a real leader. But Tony Khan's everyone's friend. He's everyone's pal. He's everyone's buddy. But he's not their boss. And there's a big difference. Man, I'll tell you right now, there are people, if I had to be their boss too, they probably wouldn't be my friend. I'm being honest. People would probably hate me. But it's like, I'm your fucking boss. I gotta be mean. Tony Khan doesn't have that in him. Because this is a hobby to him. This is dad's money he's spent. It's not his money. It's his dad's money. But I agree with Punk 100% here.
I said, Tony, you really want me doing this? Yeah. And I walked up to Jack, and he was sitting in a car. What he wanted to do, it was a rental car. What he wanted to do was smash the window of the rental car with a pipe. And I was just like,
oh, why? That's actually kind of worse from what I heard. I always heard he wanted to put someone through the car. Like, that's, obviously extremely dangerous. This is just like breaking a car. For what reason? Why are you doing this? You don't need to do this. This is stupid. This is wasting money. This is going to get us in trouble. I wouldn't book it. I wouldn't do it because it's a dumb idea. Why do that? Do you want to piss off the rental company?
It's a rental car. And I very politely, because I like Jack, I was just like, Doc's told you no, Daryl's told you no, Mike's told you no, Shivani's told you no, and now I have to tell you no. And apparently you've cussed them all out. So I'm telling you no. We don't do that here. If you want to do this, go to Wednesday and do it. Right? And he had no problem. He said, okay. He said, well, I just thought it was a really cool idea. And I said, it might be, but this is a rental car. Boys ruin it for the boys. You're going to smash the window of a rental car and you're going to return it with no fucking window.
I know, right?
Whatever national budget hurts, whatever is going to be like, don't rent cars to pro wrestlers anymore. This is a thing that's happened.
Right.
This is,
Very true. That's actually happened. Wrestlers returning cars that were, missing parts. And it's like, we ain't going to fucking rent to you guys anymore because you ruined it it for everyone. And then the guys who are, returning the cars in immaculate shape, well, you can't rent a car now because one jackass had to ruin it for everyone else. It's fucking common logic. If you want to wreck someone's car, buy the car yourself, then wreck it. I don't give a shit. It's your car. Do what you want. But if everyone's telling you no, and it just doesn't make sense to not do it, why are you doing this?
So I wasn't trying to throw my weight around. I wasn't like, this is my show and you gotta get out of here. I was just like, this is fucking dumb, man. And he wanted to do it so he didn't have to fly back to Canada. And I, sorry, man. We're privileged to be in this business. We're privileged to do this for a living. Like, I get it. I didn't want to go to Canada either. All the flights were delayed, canceled. Everybody's travel sucked. But to come to this new show when everyone's supposed to be separated, to get rid of all the drama, and then, swearing at the doctor because the doctor's like, it's real glass. You're going to, like, shit's going to go in your eye. Like, and I get it. I used to be that kid that was like young and I want to do this, but there's a safe way to do it. And I politely explained that to him. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't cuss at him. I was just like, I very much just said, we don't do that here. This is Saturday. It's a different show. If you want to do stuff like this, do it on Wednesday. That was it. I didn't think there was going to be a problem. He obviously took something very business-minded, very personally. And that's fine, because I've done that before too. But it's very much who he's friends with. And, shit never got squashed. Nobody's in charge. And it turned into what it turned into.
So he says that, clearly a shot at you, as you said. Match is over. He goes to the back. What happens?
I went to Tony, and I was just like...
Which Tony, by the way?
Tony Khan.
Okay.
And I was like, please handle that. Like, please. And he was like, what do you want me to do? And I was like, I'm not telling you what to do. Just be the boss, please. Like, I'm tired of this shit. Like, I told you this was a mistake. And I told you separate shows wasn't going to work, and now we're all here, and, please handle it. Because if you don't, you're not going to like the way I handle it.
Did he handle it?
No. No.
So you did?
Yes.
What happened?
Or he didn't like it.
Jack came back from his match. I was the next match. I'm sitting there. And I got people with me. I'm not going to say who they are, because I got a lot of friends who work there, and I wish them all well, and I don't want them to be punished because they're friends with me. And I walk up to him, and I'm just like, Jack, why do you insist on doing this dumb internet shit, like, on TV, And he's just like, well, if you got a problem about it, do something about it. And I was just like, man, come on, man. I'll just fucking kill you. Like, what are we doing, And it just, it's like Chael says, sometimes you just can't let you get close, I thought I was doing a responsible thing, I didn't punch anybody. I just choked somebody a little bit. Samoa Joe was there, told me to stop, and then I quit. I turned to Tony and I said, this place is a fucking joke, man. You're a clown. I quit. I went to my room, and then Joe and Jerry Lynn came and got me, and they're like, let's just go out there and kill it. And I was just too fired up, and I'm fired up now, and I'm probably going to regret, talking about all this shit, but that's what happened.
Okay, so for those that don't know, you actually did go out and wrestle.
Yes.
Is that all just a blur for you, that match? Do you even remember?
No. That
they had a
match
great match.
I was just like, this is the last time I'm ever going to wrestle Samoa Joe. You know what I mean?
Sad.
Yeah.
And this is my last match in this company.
You knew that.
Yeah, I quit. I said, I fucking quit.
So why did you even go out?
For Joe.
Right.
For Joe, for Paul Turner, the referee, for Jerry Lynn, the agent on the match, because I, respect him, and I thought it was the professional thing to do. All the fans, a lot of fans there.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of them to see me, So just go out there and give them a show.
100,000 fans, right?
I don't know. You have to check the turnstile count.
And so...
So yeah, that's according to Punk what happened. The reason why. So after this goes live, Tony Khan and the Bucks, I don't know who exactly it was, but it sounds like it was mostly Tony Khan actually, got a little hot-headed and said, well, we're going to air the footage because there's security cam footage. And it's like, okay. And then he hypes it up for almost a whole week. And during WrestleMania, by the way, when CM Punk still was on the show, by the way, and he's injured. Isn't that funny how it works? He's still injured, and he was more relevant on AEW, and he was relevant on WWE. Probably the most relevant wrestler in professional wrestling right now. They announced they're going to do this, and the Bucks are supposed to present it. What's so stupid is that this doesn't benefit anyone. This doesn't benefit anyone. It's not part of a storyline. They try to work it into the storyline because the opponents the Bucks are going to go up against are friends with CM Punk, FTR. But it's like, these two don't equate. Because FTR are friends with CM Punk, that means this is like a burn on them. Because, oh, look, CM Punk choked out Jack Perry, who, by the way, is also not in AEW right now. So, two guys who are technically not in the company right now fight each other, and you're somehow putting this in a storyline for two other guys, 4 guys actually, that they had nothing to do with this whole thing. And why? The real reason is because someone said something. That's the way it is. And people took CM Punk's side. I'm taking CM Punk's side. I don't agree that he should have choked him out, but at the same time, dude, I'm gonna show you the footage. Now, I'm probably gonna get copyright claim for this, but fuck it. This will probably be a unaired TPG episode. I know I might put this unlisted or something, but here's your security cam footage. Now, the security cam footage has been getting copyright claimed by people, mostly AEW. So honestly, yeah, I don't know what to say here, but I'm not gonna play. Should I play the footage? I think I should. Full story here. So here you see CM Punk, Jack Perry. That's Jack Perry. This is CM Punk. You can tell by the X's. There, that's the stage to go out to the stage. Here's Samoa Joe. Tony Khan's somewhere in this area. This isn't Tony though. So let's check out what happens. By the way, there's no audio for this. So great. They're talking. You could tell it's also Punk because he's holding the title with the big X on it. The conversation is definitely a little bit longer than Punk made it sound like. You see Punk there for a second. Like, I'm gonna pause it right when I see it. You see Punk right there, looking at Tony Khan. Like, is this for fucking real? Do you want me to handle this? Because you're not gonna like it. And Jax, like, he kind of looked a little intimidated there. Like, oh, see Punk about to beat the shit out of me. Man, what I would pay to be a fly on the wall for this. And there you go. Now, I agree 100%. CM Punk shouldn't have not been the aggressor. Don't think he should have been pushing him. And you can see him go for a second push. But they see him kind of get right there. Right there. He's got him in a chokehold. Oh, look. I see Tony Khan's hands. Guys, get along. Can we eat some Fruity Pebbles together? That's it. That's your fight. Oh, CM Punk lunges at... He didn't even lunge at him. He yells at Tony. What did Punk tell you he said? He said, this place is a fucking joke. You're a clown. I quit. That's the moment where he probably said it. Yeah. Again. Right about here. That's actually perfect. Where he's looking at Tony and, yeah, he's aggressive. He's agitated. Which, understandably so. Look at that. This is what this whole thing is about. They're separated in no less than like 10 seconds. Everyone's chilled out. Everyone's relaxed. Well, not chilled out, but they're definitely, a little bit better. It's like, that's what this whole thing is about. I have seen bar fights be more aggressive. I have seen other wrestlers actually beat the shit out of each other. This cost the biggest star in the company. And they show this as like a gotcha moment. Gotcha for who? You're a fucking joke. You're a joke of a company. Tony Khan's a fucking clown who only panders to the fucking internet idiots. So congratulations, Tony. You could sell out. You could sell out to like 2,000 people. Hope your dad is really fucking funding your company. Because if he isn't, I don't know how the fuck you're making a damn dime. Their biggest accomplishment is, well, we sold, but we got a bunch of people their jobs. Congratulations. The company ain't going to be around for very long. Those jobs ain't going to mean shit. So, yeah. I agree with CM Punk. AEW is a fucking joke. I wouldn't want to work there if there was any aspiring wrestlers. Avoid AEW. Guess these guys are petty. They're children. They want to hurt. They rather, go broke than actually make some money. I don't know what to say. I'm done talking about AEW. Fuck AEW. Fuck Tony Khan. Fuck the internet, morons who think this show's good.